seen AW. Dead. Finally, the frontiers will be behind us.
Ooh, that ramen was kind of gross. It sat in the microwave too long, and it overcooked, I guess. It was kind of slimy. It was... ugh. Man, I just want to play Sonic Unleashed now. We could. My Xbox is still hooked up. We never finished it. We streamed all the way up until Eggman Land, and then I got to Eggman Land. I was like, I don't want to do this. Come on, switch inputs. There we go. But hi, folks. I know I said I was thinking about streaming on Friday, and I didn't. I said, well, maybe I'll stream on the weekend, and I didn't. I was thinking about streaming yesterday, and I didn't. Like, the whole problem is I'm a night owl. I think this is known about me. It's not like a revelation or anything like that. So I'm the kind of dude, when I sleep in, or when I sleep normally, I should say, it's like I sleep in. I don't get up until
Doom Fondle
10 or 11.
Dead. Finally addressing the controversy head on.
So, you know, if you wake up at 11 o'clock and it kind of takes you a while to get going, usually not like fully awake and ready to face the world until at least noon. Because that's what a healthy lifestyle looks like. And then, you know, obviously I have things to maintain around my room. I've trash to deal with. I gotta cook food. I gotta take showers, and etc., etc., etc. And, you know, by the time I have space cleared to do a stream, it's like 1, 2, 3 p.m. in the evening or afternoon or whatever. Which, like, isn't the worst thing. I was talking about this on a different Discord. Twitch actually has a new section in their analytics called Research that actually tells you the ideal time to stream. It says, okay, you know, here's when your audience is most likely to watch your streams. And it's like 5 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night. Like, it says here for Sonic Frontiers, the ideal time for me to stream this game is 3 o'clock in the morning. That's when I went to bed this morning. Oh, hang on. I didn't set up my light. One sec.
Doom Fondle Dead. I can't wait for the 3 a.m. Sonic stream.
And hopefully I sound better this time. After the last stream, I was watching the VOD back, and I wasn't super happy with the way some of the audio stuff was. I sounded kind of soft and muffled. Just a lot of little things like that that didn't seem right to me. So I've messed with some EQ settings, I've messed with how the audio ducking works. A handful of other, like, little small things. Oh, my hat's crooked. I notice that a lot. Like, it drives me crazy. I'll look in a mirror and my hat's always crooked.
Ah, the French.
Yeah, the French love Sonic Frontiers. And, like, the other thing is, like, I want to stream more. Like, even though I don't think I'm very good at streaming anymore, I'm to get like very like personal here. I just haven't streamed enough. I get really like weirdly nervous when I stream now, and I didn't used to. Obviously, you know, I live with more people now. I live with my brother and his wife and their 2 nephews and my niece. And I get self-conscious about the fact that they can hear me, right? I mean, that's pretty normal, I think. So, you know, I just kind of need to get over that. If I'm going to continue to stream and continue to enjoy streaming, I kind of need to just, to some degree, like, suck it up, right? That's a problem with me. That's not a problem with anyone else. What happens if I put the light over here? Ooh, that's kind of glaring on the webcam. I don't know, like... I think that's the way I had it on the first stream. Ooh, that just makes my room look like an extra disaster. I don't know if I like that. Yeah, now you see like my half-open drawer and everything. That's gross.
Said, I was lagged out, turns out. Hope I didn't interrupt you badly.
Nah. That was another thing I was looking at, is what to do about text-to-speech. Because I got to noticing, I use a website called SpeechChat. SpeechChat.com. And they have a forum where the lead developer, the admin, has a list of like upcoming features he wants to implement in SpeechChat that hasn't been touched or updated since 2018, and none of the features he wants to update have been implemented into SpeechChat. So it's like, are you still alive, my dude? Are you still developing SpeechChat? Is this website just going to vanish overnight some night? And I emailed him last night, you know, asked him a bunch of questions, like, you know, hey, is everything cool over there? You know, what's going on? I was very polite and friendly. He responded immediately. He was like, yeah, it's just taking a while, dude. Like, be patient. The website's not going anywhere. So, I don't know. It's weird. And I keep looking at my webcam like you guys can see me, so we'll flip over to that. Hi. Hello. The internet. Anyway, how about we finally actually finish Sonic Frontiers tonight? I think that'd be pretty cool. I think I'm like maybe a couple hours from the end of the game. Yeah, you can still see what like my very piled full dresser over there. My half open dresser, because it's half open because it's so full of stuff, like I can't fit it all in there. But whatever.
Zoom Fondle.
I'm an adult.
Said, so is this the game where Sonic finally dies?
No, I thought about streaming the murder mystery game, but everybody else streamed it. I mean, everybody else streamed this too, but they streamed it 4 months ago. Let's bring the music down. So we are on... If I'm going to be leaning this way... It's the other way. But if I do that, then you catch glare from the light. Maybe a little bit of glare. But see, now I'm like... How about good posture? How about that? So how many... What are we doing? Collect vault keys from portals. I remember visiting Big the Cat. We could probably stand to go back to him because we don't have the fast travel to the old guys, and we have a lot of Cocos to turn in. You might also notice I've changed the text-to-speech voice in SpeechChat. Just trying different things out. Now she's sort of British. Can I talk to you, miss? What? Oh. Sorry about that. I use my DualShock 4 wired. So, if you've ever used a PlayStation 4 controller wired, you know that the connection isn't great.
So, we've got satellite maps today, but I don't think they can compete with direct brain downloads. I mean, I can roll with it now that I know it's alien tech, but it's still a bit weird to me. Like, why are the villages missing when everything else is so detailed?
Because we didn't have the budget.
A difficult time adapting to this world, adjusting to the new flora and fauna, dealing with technological incompatibilities. Their settlements were under constant revision.
Do you see the rain change direction there?
For universal knowledge of the islands and
Doom Fondle. Dead.
Guess that makes sense.
We didn't have time to finish the game,
Good
Sonic.
idea to limit the info to make sure whoever can access it can be trusted first.
Did I already do this one? I already did this one. I think I already did this, too. Is this big? No, this isn't big. Okay, but we've already done that one. I don't think it's going to make me S-rank all of these, is it? Also, apologies if I sound a little nasally. It's getting to be that kind of season. Spring, you know, and I have allergies. I've got kind of a sinus thing going on. What are you? That's the old guy. I guess we'll go over here and do a puzzle. How about? Where is that? That's this way. Whoa, can't go that way. Gotta go around.
Doom Fondle. Dead. Any idea how much of the game is left? Is this the last area or is there one left? I haven't been paying attention. Okay.
This is the last island, as far as I'm aware. So either there's 2 bosses left or there's 1 boss left, and it's the final boss. They are setting up that the Cocos are an alien race from across the stars, and they were escaping something. And it's the first, like, real, genuine plot details about what these creatures are and where they came from we've had for the entire game.
Doom Fondle. Dead. Guys, you can just use Chow.
Well, that's the thing. I think the implication is that Chow are also part of the same race. They're just like a subspecies, I guess you'd call it. Okay, so gray first, then gold, then purple, then black. So gray first.
Detsune AW. Dead.
Gray?
There is official word, if you want it.
Maybe after I finish the game. And gold. Then I said black. Black. Wait a minute. Oh, there's this. I think that goes next. Is there even a... Yeah, there's a purple. So this goes next. Then black. Then purple.
Doom Fondle. Dead. Quit overthinking it and just mindlessly mash through it till it works like a real gamer.
Well, maybe I should have, because I got it backwards. The purple went next. One. Where am I?
Doom Fondle. Dead. Not a fan of watching the piece drop each time.
Yeah. And like no skip button. I'm mashing buttons here. Nothing's happening. So now the other gray? No, the purple. Right? Yes, purple, gray, then gold. No. Purple. Yeah, I don't think that was right. And now I have to, like, finish these in the wrong order. Because I don't think there's a reset button. Okay, so you first. Then gold. Oh, okay. That's good to know. That's right. Now, okay, yeah, no, I got that backwards. Now I do gray. I had the black and the purple mixed up. Now it's purple, and then black is the final piece. Right?
Zoom fondle. Dead. Tetris music intensifies.
And there was nothing in the area that it revealed. Great. Thanks. I really appreciate this part of the map. Suppose this might be where the boss fight is. Okay, so there's an emerald over there, but can't do that yet. Done you. There's a boss over there. Whoops. Play too much Fortnite. I find myself hitting like Fortnite buttons a lot on that map, trying to mark places and things like that. That is the polar opposite. Why would you like force me to come down
Zoom
this way?
fondle. Dead. BRB remaking this dumb island in Creative 2.0.
You know that's gonna happen. Like, that just seems obvious to me. Like, some kid out there is gonna be like, yeah, here's Kronos Island in Fortnite.
Zoom fondle. Dead. We got grind rails. We can do it.
Yeah, that's true. I love to platform. Sonic is a platformer. Honestly, this doesn't feel too bad, though. This is not Sonic Colors.
Zoom fondle. Dead. Man, when you run around this island, it really looks exactly like Nintendo. Hire this man.
It really does. Like, I tweeted a video. Because, like, you can... If you bring the camera in super duper close, it really does just look like that Unreal Engine video that's out there. Like here, where's the options? Whoops. Oh, that's dumb. If you push left and right on the thing, it moves you. Like, it jumps you up a notch or two. Like, if you do this... where the camera is really close and really close to the ground. Well, I might be too fast for it now, but like the way he just
Dead. Ha 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 ha.
locks to the ground and like the camera kind of like, look at this. This is totally just a Sega hire this man.
Zoom fondle. Dead. Yep. Yeet.
What was that? This was at like 50 and I had this at like 25, I think, somewhere around there. What was I doing? We already did this. Is that one? Okay, I haven't been there yet. That's not that far away, right? Another one of these. Isn't this like the third one I've done?
Zoom fondle. Dead. Creative name.
Because I've already fought at least 2 of these guys. I'm doing a lot better this time, though. Then again, I know kind of like the way this goes. Walk on, please. Ugh.
Bundle said, "Every day is leg day for Sonic."
It's fun when like a boss just totally ignores your attacks and just counters. I forgot I can't use the D-pad in this game. I got into the habit in like Sonic Generations that when it asks you to switch rails, I do it using the D-pad for some reason. So I keep trying to do that here. What is going on with the water?
Dream Fondle said, "The inability to really sense depth here seems annoying."
Yep. Yeah, if you missed the last stream, I had real trouble with these caterpillar guys. And then I kind of learned the trick, and they're not so bad anymore.
Dream Fondle said, "I think I was half paying attention during one of them."
There we go. Oh, and then I wasted my Phantom Rush. It doesn't matter. But didn't I mark that because there was a thing around here? There is. It's just above me. It's up there, I bet. Can I run up this? I sure can. Oh, kind of. Love that camera. Love that. I bet you're a dash pad. Nope. Wasn't there like another one just like right over here? There was like 2 right next to each other, I thought. There's only 1 trigger? That's weird. Okay, what do we got? There's little red jewels. I had something like that in the Faded Hour, way back in the day. So this is just the Generations version of Chemical Plant. Got it. But, you know, with worse controls. Actually, is this classic Sonic's level? Oh, why did I think that would work? Yeah, this is classic Sonic's level, isn't it? Right, I completely forgot about the red star rings. Oh well. Feels like a Jazz Jackrabbit song. Like I'm in Planet Medievo or something. Tube electric.
Zoom Fondle said, Jazz will return.
No, he won't. Surprised they haven't delisted it from GOG yet. Even they delisted all of the Unreal Tournament games. Okay, so let's very specifically look for red star rings, I guess. So I already went up there and there was nothing there. Doesn't make sense to put one down here, but... Oh, what do you know? Number 1. So I think this is the way I went before, so let's go back this way. Even though I really think I can just buy my way to the final boss with Big, so I don't know why I'm farming for keys or whatever.
Zoom Fondle said, Jazz will return. There's a skin in Fortnite. Cool, they added a skin based on that poster in the Chapter 1 map.
That poster, I think, is still in Chapter 4. I've seen it. All those posters. Including the Unreal Tournament ones. Wouldn't be like down here, would it?
Zoom Fondle said, Damn, truly Jazz's time is now.
If Epic wanted to be cool, they'd put up that Jazz Jackrabbit 3 prototype officially. Though I say that, I would never play that Jazz 3 prototype ever again. Because the last time I did, it corrupted my hard drive. I had to completely start over. Because it destroyed that install of Windows somehow.
Said, Classic Jazz.
Really, yeah, just make new Jazz Jackrabbit games, but like, the name of each one is a pun on a different genre of jazz music. So there's like jazz fusion, acid jazz. You don't want to see acid jazz. But, you know, rhythm and blues. Those can be like his nephews.
Said, acid jazz is the Alice in Wonderland stages in 2 IMO.
Yeah, that's true. Where's this final red star? Oh, thank you. Okay, let's get out of here. Put funny failure music back in Sonic games again. It's okay, you don't have to be afraid to tell the player they failed. Almost reached for my drink again. You know, staying hydrated, not so bad.
Zoom Fondle said, Darn, Sonic really hates that gem.
Yay! So since the red Chaos Emerald is marked on my map, can I go get that? I assume not. Like, there's no, like, red beam in the sky, right? Right. If it was ready to go collect, I could just see it, I'd expect. Okay, I don't need you. Here, give me... That was the sloppiest infinity symbol, but it worked. Ooh, snow. Buddy, I've already beaten like 3 of your dudes. No, don't run up him, you moron. Run around him. What? I landed on him? Go, Sonic! Skyrim up that mountain! Or hill, or whatever.
And treasures. You'd be right at home here, Nux.
Okay, thanks. Just stop dead in your tracks to tell me that? Like, I thought I turned those off even. Where it pauses the camera like that, because there is a setting for that. Take a key for coming in. I have 24 vault keys. Are you telling me that's not enough for the red emerald? That one only took 9. Okay, are there any more children around here? No. How do get up? Always, it's the sound he makes when he's slipping off stuff is sort of ridiculous. Oh, there's more. Even though I really don't need these. I have like 900 fish coins, I think. Are there even any more cyberspace levels in this zone? I've done like 4.
Zoom Fondle said, inflation has basically killed the big economy here.
Hey man, he did it to himself. That's weird about the dialogue. I was looking at the chat. What do we got?
Zoom
We got another
Fondle
old guy.
said, Bitcoin is just another crypto scam.
Yep. Big's not smart enough. Somebody sold him on the promise of becoming rich and famous, and he was like, wow. I don't know what money is. Everything to increase speed. Juice me up, Grandpa. I am literally as fast as I possibly
Zoom
can ever get.
Fondle said, every fish you've caught was actually an NFT.
So this is Max Speed the Hedgehog. The That's my Sonic OC. Max speed. What do we got? Already done you. Okay, yeah, and there's another emerald down here. Well, it says that requires... Oh, +9. Okay. You need... Must already have... Oh, I already have you. Okay. So there must be, like, a bunch more of these that I just haven't uncovered yet. For it to be able to give me 9 more? Where's this one? Let's see what that one's about. But first... Go straight up that mountain, Sonic. Aw, man. I got locked into a forced 2D section. Why did they think this is what people were looking for in an open world Sonic? Yeah, let's make them do a 2D section. That's smart.
Setsune AW said, they need to give you a button to escape the 2D.
Yep. What is this? Oh, that's the next story thing. Gotta open this big door. And it does sound like in future patches, like they could be adding new gameplay features. There's code in the most recent patch that suggests they're adding a spin dash? But maybe that's for the DLC characters? I don't know. Why even have, like, all these gears that I can collect? All these gears that I can collect when all of them, like, all the requirements are like, oh, this needs 1 gear. I have 9 gears. I suppose it spent it. So maybe there's 9 levels in this area? Somehow I doubt it, though. You keep giving me the combo challenge. Okay. I guess they have to make up for what a weird thing Rhea Island was. Oh no! That feels kind of bad. Bumping into that and it's just this soft little bump. Hang on, I see it. Over here. No, no, no. Did he escape? Or no? What am I thinking of? Having a brain fart moment and I can't remember Speed Highway. Oh, that's cute. Right there at the end. There is no such thing as cyber retirement. Once you get online, you can never get off. Consecutive combos again. It says hold square during a combo, but that doesn't do anything. Oh, I guess it does that. There. Now maybe it'll stop giving it to me. Anyway, that level wasn't terrible. It's better when this does, like, original levels, and not just worse versions of levels from Sonic Generations, or Sonic Adventure 2, or whatever. Like, it's one thing if you're gonna bring back old levels, and you've improved upon them in some way. But if all you're doing is putting good levels into a gameplay engine that wasn't designed for them, and then you have to do like weird stuff like reconfigure your engine to fit the level, like artificially making Sonic slow for no reason, like, no, stop doing that. That's bad. That's really bad. Give me levels that work with what you're trying to design for. Don't try and cram something else in where it doesn't belong. What's over here? This is like where Big is, isn't it? Isn't this something important? I don't know. Oh, this is... right, this is the bridge where I was over here when I started the stream. Because I remember running across the bridge. Oh, what's next? Where am I? I have a music thingy next to me, somewhere. Rooftop Run Remix. You know what? How about we listen to that? Where is it? Aha! Oh, and it doesn't play on the map. Are you kidding me? Another one? Oh well, bye. You know, something they should have done when you're max level like I am, they should have just made it so that all these containers that contain experience points now contain rings. Okay, so where's my marker? It's over here. Like, your reward for becoming max level in this game should just be like super duper easy access to the full boost mode at all times. Because it's not even like crates full of experience points are common either. High energy music as Sonic takes a light jog.
Doom Fondle. Said. Gotta go at a gentle pace. Setsune W. Said. Are you maxed out at Elder Coco?
This guy? Yes, I'm maxed out at this guy. Or at least I'm maxed out on speed. I'm not maxing out on ring capacity. Because it seems kind of pointless. A ring capacity of 400 is more than enough, unless the final boss, like, requires me to have excessively more rings. Oh, we're just doing a playlist now? Okay. But if we're talking like the tall guy, no, I'm not maxed out there. There's a new one. Oh yeah, look at that. The sign of a game that was definitely finished on time. We just threw this here in the side of the mountain, and is it aligned with the floor? Who cares? We don't have time to align it. Just throw it in there and go. Anyone up there? No. Can't skip any of this? I can skip this though. Oh no. How do I stomp attack? Eh. Eh. Oh boy, another slow level. Oh wait, no it's not. It looked like it was going to be 2D. The 2D levels in this are absolutely miserable. Whoa! That's a little tricky, surprisingly. Up! Whoa! Hey, hey, hey! Aww! Hey, you know what? This level's kind of fun. Because it's actually, like, semi-challenging. And isn't just... I don't know. That's rank. Maybe I'll skip all the red rings. We'll try again. That was fun. I want to try it again. So we missed the first one. Where is the first one? Ah. Uh-oh. I got so much tunnel vision, I didn't even see that route over there the first time. Follow the rings. That didn't lead me anywhere specific. And I have no camera control to look around. I already have that ring. In fact, I think I'm past... Oh no, it's right here. Okay. So where is that first ring? What a mystery. Maybe it's like right behind me at the start. Because they give me just enough runway to turn around. Like if I were a game designer, and to some degree I am, that's where I would hide it. I would say, oh, you think it's a scripted sequence? Well, you can stop and turn around and it's right behind you. Right here. Nope! Wrong! Incorrect.
Doom Fondle said, so this is the game where Sonic died. I can't believe you gaslit me.
That's true. Is there like another side path I'm not seeing? Is it hidden out here in one of these collapsing platforms? No? Aha! Aha! Trixie! Huh?
Doom Fondle said, cool beans.
Cool beans. It's okay, it's saved that I had the ring, so like, it doesn't really matter if I die anymore. There's no penalty for it. I already have the S rank, I already have everything. I just need to get to the end of the level now.
Setsune AW said, I bit my tongue. It took me a while to find that first one.
It blends in so well. Something I'm thinking about with regards to the text-to-speech right now, some people have expressed annoyance about the way it sounds and the fact that it constantly interrupts me and whatever. And that if I became like an actually successful channel, and I doubt I will, but if it should like at some point happen, then it will become untenable. It will be a constant stream, interrupting the stream at all times. Like it was last March when I had it on for everyone all the time and there was like 12 people in the channel or 12 people in the chat and they were all talking at once and I couldn't get a word in edgewise. I was wondering if maybe I could take TTS off the stream so that people at home couldn't hear it speak, but I could still hear it speak. And I would just have to teach myself to talk over it. I don't know. That sounds not like a good solution either. Both of them? I guess that was the last level. That's weird. Fighting you. Give me rings so I have power boost so I can see
Doom Fondle
just how fast I
said,
go.
this music really makes it feel like you are on a victory lap now.
A bit. I like this song. Like, I think this song is maybe the best part of Sonic Lost World. Like, totally. Right? This is the part of Sonic Lost World I enjoyed the most, was hearing this song.
Doom Fondle said, I forgot this was Lost World. Lol.
Sorry, Ninja Dude. Give me the infinite juice again. That was terrible.
That thing is huge. It looks important.
Maybe. I got better things to do.
Setsune AW said, it's like half a dozen Sonic games with how much they reused it.
because they used it in like Sonic Runners Adventure, a few other ones, like some of the Mario and Sonic Olympics games.
Doom Fondle said, "Yeah, Runners is what I associate this with, I think."
Hey, dude. Make me stronger. No thanks.
Setsune AW said, "Runners or Dash?"
Talk to me, lady. It might have been in Sonic Dash as well. Yes, let's have this heartfelt cutscene.
Using the Chaos Emeralds, it's kind of hard to accept they're from space.
Yes, they were central to the ancients' power and native to their world. They are the only things that can awaken all the functions on the island, and were taken away with the last survivors to another land.
Without the Emerald's power, the island's functions eventually shut down.
That is why I drew them here. I hope to use the ancients' technology to stop the emergence of their old foe.
You're probably just like a bounce pad, right? Nope. Anyway, I love to have a heart-to-heart to
Setsune
jaunty
AW
cowboy
said,
music.
"I'm kind of surprised that plays through the cutscenes."
Same. Oh, now I gotta blow my nose. Like I said, allergy season is getting to be upon us. And I am definitely a hay fever sufferer. Which is terrible because the medication they make for it also puts me to sleep. Oh boy. Sonic Forces music. Okay, I aced this when I did this on Thursday. I counted. Aw, you could have given me both. Come on. That's weird. I hit my button on my touch portal to generate a clip for something a while ago, and I just noticed I had an error message up that said could not create clip because you're not logged into Twitch. But clearly, like, it's pulling everything from my touch portal. I have to fix that. I'll look into it later, I guess. There's 2 fishing portals? We'll see if I need to come back to this one. It won't let me bring the map up while there's an enemy nearby? Dumb. We'll mark that so that I know where it is. Okay, that's not where I wanted to go. That was kind of funny.
Doom Fondle said,
Okay.
"Inspirational music as Sonic slowly dies."
Oh, now it says Find Sage. Okay. Bumper. Nope. We'll do this one real quick. What is this? More boxes? More boxes. Keep on running, I'm gone. Kind of a fun song to have during this, at least. Is this the concert version of this song? It has to be, right? Because I don't think they have the rights to the original vocals anymore. Even though it sounds like the original vocals. No! Extremely loud, incorrect buzzer. Maybe this is, I was gonna say the Colors Ultimate version. Ma'am?
Netsune AW said, I heard the co-host meme.
There is a Chaos Emerald inside. Your power is required to access it.
His power?
You gotta open that door. Are you good with hanging around? I thought you were supposed to be looking after Eggman while he helps hunt down the emeralds.
I will be at his side when he needs me. For now, we must focus on the task at hand. Use your power to start the system. Hurry, our time is limited.
That's a movie thing. Sonic's power.
Doom Fondle said, the only power here is friendship.
Now, ideally, with her saying, use your power, I should do this to start it, right?
Doom Fondle said, oh, his power is physical hands.
His power is hacking.
Doom Fondle said, that's why they call him Sonic the Hackhog. Netsune AW said, Anapco, hacked. Statue of Liberty, hacked.
Oh, I'm sitting on a charge and I didn't even realize it. Oh, thrilling! That's the kind of gameplay I come to Sonic the Hedgehog for.
Doom Fondle said, can't wait for the paid Sonic Hack Pack DLC.
Yeah, let's make Sonic do pipe dreams.
Netsune AW said, glad to hear it.
So that really was just Sonic's power, was doing this on a keyboard.
Emerald number 6, here we come. So, earlier you said I had 0 chances of winning. Change your mind yet?
No. But I have not run a simulation on our present circumstances either.
Ah, yeah. So, you're saying there maybe is a chance?
I am saying we are in a desperate situation. The The threat we face is beyond imagination.
Hey, if there's even a 1% chance I can turn that despair of yours into hope, I won't disappoint.
He's been hanging around Jim Carrey too much.
Doom Fondle. Dead. Thrilling character interaction. Detsune AW. Dead. Is there a mild echo?
Is there? There might be. I thought I got rid of it. It's this headset. Because, like, I have tried everything to fix the echo in this headset. I thought it was the splitter, because it's one of those headsets where you have a headphone plug and then a microphone plug. I thought maybe it was feedback coming in through the splitter. I thought maybe it was feedback coming in through the microphone port on my tower. I thought, so, you know, I bought like an extension cable so that the splitter I could have audio coming out of my speakers and then my microphone coming out of my desktop. I don't know what causes it. I have spent like $20 trying to diagnose this problem. And I don't even know if it's the headset. It might be my computer.
Detsune AW. Dead. Earmuffs on top of the cuffs to isolate them.
It's not even that loud. Like, I can turn it all the way down to 0 and it will still echo through the microphone. It's very strange.
I know.
And I thought I got rid of it.
You're not fast enough, so I found it for you. Go ahead and beat that giant! Don't you dare lose it!
Now why would I want to disappoint you?
So we're not even going to get to see the final boss before I fight it? No, this is a different boss. Okay. Which is just... what was his name? Titanus? Giganto! It's just Giganto 2.0. Now he has a sniper rifle.
Doom Fondle. Dead.
Oh.
Supremo.
Okay, noted. Whoa, Supersonic is hard to control here. What? Can I not do the cross attack thingy? Okay, what is my parry? Is it these two or these two? I think it's these two. Okay, it is those two.
Doom Fondle. Dead. No crazy vocal song, the budget ran out.
I mean, maybe they're trying to, like, make the actual final boss seem more impressive.
Golden JLR says, fun fact, Supersonic has the drift. Hold LT while boosting.
I mean, it's kind of hard to tell. He's far enough away. Oh, I guess it is like a different animation, isn't it? Huh. Okay, I think I understand what's going on here. Wow, so I beat one and now I just beat them all? right, no, it's not triggers, it's bumpers. Get close enough, please. Kind of cool. Yeah, this is kind of like really feeling like a calm before the storm kind of thing. Like, this is slightly tricky, but it's really feeling kind of easy and simple. He says as he goes full one-winged angel mode. Or four-winged angel. As he turns into the final boss of Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Sure. Now, I held the parry button in time there. Okay, that was weird.
Fondle said, "There we go."
Settle down. Jeez. Going buck wild.
Fondle said, "Every moment I think, damn Sonic, have some chill."
Let me guess. I parry the bullet. Whoops. That was it? Is it because I messed up the first prompt? That's it. I killed him. Went in for a final blow. That echo's gonna bug me. Because it really seemed like I solved it. And it could be coming from my TV. It could be coming from the splitter. It could be coming from the extension cable. It could be coming from my internals in my case.
Setsune AW said, "It was only for a short bit, very subtle."
Is that it?
All we did was chase it out of its shell. It's retreating into space to regain its true form. Even Supersonic won't be able to stop it. I know what I must do. I must leave you.
I understand. Go. Fulfill your function.
Suddenly everybody is very animated. like really animating maybe a little too much.
Hurry, before it regains its full strength.
Ladies first.
So that was the final boss? The scary big bad was just a giganto with a sniper rifle? That was the thing they were running from?
Dear daughter.
I am playing on hard mode, yes. I know that the only way to get the true ending is to play on hard mode. You can see the polygon edges of the planet there, that's nice.
He took your home world. He took your lives. Are you going to let him do it all over again? I need your help. We can end this. Please.
Is it time for a hacking minigame? It's time for a hacking minigame.
Setsune AW said, the hacking was training. Doom Fondle said, oh my fucking god.
Now face your end.
Nick Subcat says I caroled the true final boss.
Void. What can one mote of golden light illuminate within the abyss?
Countless stars, countless worlds, countless rhymes.
That voice. Who's that actor?
All brought to nothing.
There's a male voice in there and he sounds familiar. Like he's done Sonic music before.
Brought to order, to neutrality, to nothing. I saw your mind as you ran through my prison. You have fought machines and
I
gods.
mean, I suppose that's probably just Mike Pollock, right?
They were finite. I am infinite. I am nothing.
Infinite, huh?
Struggle as so many have done before. You will be consumed like all those before you.
Golden JLR says wish they had switched Island 4 and 5. Island 4 would work really well as the final thing before the boss.
Arrogance, ignorance, stupidity. I was confused. Once. Is that why? My captors bent time and space. My captors built a whole reality to contain me. My captors burned their souls away to fuel their engines. And you?
Golden JLR says Amy's voice actress is the female voice.
I mean, having like a really kind
Saturn
of
Q0
boring,
LF says when I
grindy...
think iconic Sonic final bosses, you know what I think? That's right, generic space shooter. Someone at Sega, probably.
I mean, like, as far
Nick
as an
Subcat says,
engine
Blaze, are you
to
good at
deliver,
bullet
like,
hell?
villain monologues, this isn't the worst thing. Like that was kind of an alright villain monologue. Like, that was something never really been in a Sonic game before, is that kind of spooky, you know, I am but a god sort of thing. I was kind of into that.
Setsune AW said, it's great the first time.
Whoops. Oh, I have lives now, all of a sudden. Like right as you say the first time.
Mortal, you have served your...
Oh yeah, it's up there in the left, huh?
Now face your end.
Whoops.
Doom Fondle said, guys, what do we do for the final boss? By the way, I bought this moon model on the asset store. We could tint it purple, red.
Golden light illuminate within the abyss.
Countless stars, countless worlds,
Yeah, that's just Mike Pollock.
lives.
I hear Eggman in there.
Golden JLR says, fun fact, the End is the character with the biggest poly count of the franchise.
I remember way back in the day, IGN claiming that Sonic's model in Sonic 06 had 1 million polygons.
To neutrality, to nothing.
And obviously that isn't true. Because I think even in Sonic Generations, Sonic's model is like
You have fought
10,000 polygons, 12,000 polygons, something like that.
Mix Subcat says, I thought the moon would crack open and you'd have a big battle with it.
Doom Fondle said,
No spoilers.
that's no moon, it's a final boss.
Thank you.
you struggle as so many have done before. You will be consumed like all those before you.
Is there a time limit on this? And could I have shot through that?
Arrogance, ignorance, stupidity. I was contained once. Is that
Setsune AW said, Beam is death as far as I know.
Okay.
time and space? My captors built a whole reality to contain me. My captors burned their souls away to fuel their engines. And you?
Doom Fondle said, the second phase is the pinball segment cranked to 11.
Okay, this is what killed me last time. Let it be known that I am historically bad at bullet hell shooters. Last one.
Another blob says, by the way, you can fly into the bullets if your ship is the identical color, and that
Okay.
gives you extra energy.
I mean, I kind of had a feeling that might have been the case, because there were definitely times where I grazed bullets, and it didn't actually kill me. Well, at the very least, well done on them for trying something else.
Fly about me like a gnat. I am inevitable. I cannot be denied.
Yeah, like with those. Like, I am obviously being covered in bullets.
Incarnation with all your might. It changes nothing.
What is that? Whoa!
Not brave. You are not victorious. No matter what form I take.
Please!
Golden JLR says, fun fact, if you die a lot in this fight, the game will show your hitbox during the fight.
Mortal, you have
I know my hitbox, that's not the problem.
now faced your end.
Well, that was my fault.
I am the all-consuming void. What can one mote of golden light in
I'll get ready to hear this again.
this?
Countless stars, countless worlds, countless lives
Countless, whatever.
fell to me, all brought to nothing. All the teeming chaos of creation brought to order, to neutrality, to nothing. I saw your mind as you ran through my prison.
Doom Fondle. Said. I love when a game suddenly shifts genres and expects a new skill set of me.
Then almighty
Honestly, knowing that I can, like, crash through these bullets now
night, I am
is either a blessing or a curse.
nothing. You struggle as so many have done.
Whoa.
You will be consumed like all those before you.
Because now I'm definitely going to be more cavalier.
Arrogance, ignorance, stupidity.
All of the above.
I was contained once. Is that why? My captors bent time and space. My captors built a whole reality to contain me. My captors burned their souls away to fuel their engines.
And you.
And you,
I kind of like that line. That's nice. Okay. Hold. Oh, whoops. Final life. Pay attention.
You glitter. You fly about me like a gnat. I am inevitable. I cannot be denied. You strike this incarnation with all your might.
Not all of my might. Ah!
Not brave,
Spicy!
not victorious.
You're making me juggle a lot here.
No matter what form I take,
Ah. I don't think I like Sonic Frontiers very much.
mortal, you have served your purpose.
I just
Doom
don't like
Fondle.
shooters.
Said. This sucks.
Now face your end.
And like the problem is it's the shooter thing. Like this opening part gets really boring. To get like what is it, 10 minutes back up to that part that I keep dying at?
Light illuminate within this.
countless stars, countless worlds,
Setsune AW said, that ending goes on a little too long. Normal isn't any easier, it just skips a following bit.
Which is like the other thing about Sonic hard modes. Like, they're never really that much harder. Like, I remember hard mode in Sonic Forces.
I saw your mind.
It wasn't very hard. And like, the changes were pretty minor.
They were mighty. They were finite.
What am I doing?
I am infinite. I am nothing. You struggle as so many have done before.
Another blob says no, normal skips this entire fight. If you change difficulty, it warns you that it'll skip this boss.
I saw your mind. Your courage never wavered. Why? Arrogance, ignorance, stupidity. I was contained
Once.
Is that why? My captors bent time and space. My captors built a whole reality to contain me.
Golden JLR says quick reminder, in extreme mode you die in one hit during the entirety of the game, bosses included.
Yeah, but that's extreme mode. Like, I would expect that to be difficult. Call that Bubsy mode. Like, I only have so much energy to pay attention to something like this. Eventually I'm going to run out of
Doom
juice.
Fondle said,
My eyes are going to glaze over.
and I know I said it during the fight before this, but you can sure feel the budget ran out and they didn't have the heart to make a real final boss.
I don't know. I mean, maybe. I don't know. Maybe we'll get to the DLC and they'll be like, here's what we planned for the real final boss, except this time you fight it as Knuckles, Tails, and Amy. I doubt that'll happen. Ma'am?
You glitter. You fly about me like a gnat. I am inevitable. I cannot be denied. You strike this incarnation with all your might. It changes nothing. You are not brave. You are not victorious.
No, that's a Nickelodeon show.
No matter what form I take.
Not enough weird feet stuff in this game for that to be victorious. Oh well. That was like my first death. Could be worse.
The end comes for you all.
Oroku Saki. QTE time. How much do I have to mash?
Golden JLR says fun fact, losing the QTE at the end gives you a unique animation.
Now, for father-son Kamehameha! Ooh, a fastball special. Wait a minute. That wasn't a mash? No. No!
Setsune W. Said. Well, we saw it.
It was a hold, not a mash.
Said. GOTY.
I'm just...
Setsune W. Said. Growing for content.
Yeah. We'll say. It was all... Oh, I'm just... Here. Go rub up against the planet, Sonic.
Saturn-Zero-LF says, well, that happened. Laugh track.
Wait. Oh, okay.
Golden
Oh, it said right there.
says, well, that was the unique animation.
That's not how it happened.
It said the beam cannot be negated.
Served your purpose.
So that answers that question. We learned something.
Now face.
Zoom Fondle. Said. One weird trick. Planets hate this.
I am the all-consuming void. What can one note of golden light illuminate within the abyss?
Setsune W. Said. Supersonic. I am a genius. Groan. Oh no.
All fell to me. All brought to nothing.
I appreciate that they're still giving me tips pop-ups even this late. Hey, you should avoid the lasers if it wasn't obvious. Like, there's not even subtitles during this part.
You have fought machines and gods. They were mighty. They were finite. I am infinite.
No, you're not.
I am nothing. You struggle as so many have done before.
Yeah, dude, I know. I'm late.
All those before you. I saw the one.
I suppose it would distract.
Golden JLR says, not fun fact, the Brazilian Portuguese localization is subtitle only. They didn't add any for this boss.
Once.
Which is weird, because Sega is, like, they've been pretty good at doing multilingual dubs.
Spent time and space. My captors built a whole reality to contain me. My captors burned their souls away to fuel their engines.
Setsune W. Said. Sega hasn't been redubbing the speed strats for Japan weirdly, only subtitling them. Zoom Fondle. Said. That's a homing shot. Be careful, Sonic.
You're a homing shot. Oh, I have a thing to spend.
Golden JLR says, anyway, have you played The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog?
Not yet. I'm distracted by other things.
Zoom Fondle.
Well,
Said. We're witnessing it right now.
don't put my mind onto other subjects.
Now face your end.
If you let my mind wander, I'm going to die.
All-consuming void.
Talk amongst yourselves.
One mote of golden light illuminate within the abyss.
Countless stars, countless worlds, countless lives. All fell to me, all brought to nothing. All the teeming chaos of creation brought to order, to neutrality, to nothing. I saw your mind as you ran through my prison. You have fought machines and gods. They were mighty.
Finite.
They were finite.
Ah, wrong color.
Infinite. I am nothing. You struggle as so many have done before.
Ooh.
You will be consumed like gold.
Golden JLR says if you died a lot, the game not only will show the hitbox but also will give one extra life.
Your courage never wavered. Arrogance, ignorance, stupidity.
Setsune AW. Said. Punch Dimension.
Is that why? My captors bent time and space.
I never know if I'm supposed to be looking like directly at my ship or watching the patterns coming in or not. I mean, maybe it's a little bit of both.
Captors burn their souls away to fuel their engines. And you?
What's the matter during that segment? Like, I'm not getting shot down by white bullets touching me. I think even they realized, like, that would be a little too much. What? Ah. You don't even have to give me the tip anymore, you guys.
You have
I get it.
your purpose.
Setsune AW. Said. Super stops the side beams phase early, which is nice.
I am the all-consuming void.
What can one mote of golden light
Imagine being the sort of person who never does the R trigger thing on this and just does it the long and slow and hard way.
Countless
I'm sure that's like someone's done that, right?
all fell to me, all brought to nothing.
That sounds like the kind of disgusting challenge someone would do for fun.
Brought to order, to neutrality, to nothing. I saw your mind as you ran through my prison. You have fought machines and gods. They were mighty. They were finite. I am infinite. I am nothing.
I was trying to ride the line too hard.
Many have gone before. You will be consumed like all those before you. I saw your mind, your courage never wavered. Why? Arrogance, ignorance, stupidity. I was contained once.
Mix Up Cat says, will Blaze have the boss's lines
I
memorized
just want to know,
before
like,
stream
who
is
at Sonic
over?
Team is like a big Toho fan? Yeah.
Space.
Let's make Sonic a Toho.
My captors built a whole reality to contain me. My captors burned their souls away to fuel their engines.
Toohoo. When do we get the Sonic version of Bad Apple? I'm being too cavalier. He says, narrowly missing bullets. There we go. Well, the fun fact about Blaze is that he's currently completely has gameplay audio muted. Chat audio too.
You have served your purpose.
I can't hear anything.
Now face your end.
Because I got tired of hearing this speech.
Void. What can one note of golden light illuminate within?
Crash upon the waves and etc., etc., etc.
Countless stars, countless worlds, countless lives.
I am the coming storm. And so on and so
Golden
forth.
JLR says you got an extra life. You have 3 now.
All the teeming chaos of creation. Brought to order, to neutrality. Nothing.
I can just hold one button down,
Saw your mind
like forever,
through my prism.
and then push the other button to switch.
You have fought machines and gods. They were mighty.
So like I can just treat red as my default form, and then switch over to white just by pushing the button.
Nothing. You struggle as so many have done before. You will be consumed like all those before you. I saw your courage never wavered. Why? Arrogance, ignorance, stupidity. I was contained once. Is that why? My captors spent time and space. My captors built a whole reality to contain me. My captors burned their souls away to fuel their engines.
Probably should wait until like the wave comes through before I
And you
fire off the big missile. Oh, I died. Oh, they gave me an extra life. They pitied me. I have 3 lives instead of 2 now. Fair enough, I suppose. Big laser beam coming in next. Uh-oh. Just stay over here and avoid the white. Time to get right down to the end
Fly about me.
and be totally embarrassed. I'll turn it up.
I am inevitable. I cannot be denied. You strike this incarnation with all your might. It changes nothing.
It's the red dot. That's my hitbox?
Mortal, you have
That small little red dot?
now face your end. I am the all-consuming void. What can one mote of golden light illuminate?
I play Sonic games. I don't play Dodonpachi, okay?
Countless stars, countless worlds.
I don't play Raiden Triad. I don't play Super Thunder Force 5. I don't play Gradius Galaxies. I don't play Sexy Parodius.
Doom Fondle said, "You don't play the second half of the new
I don't
Battletoads."
play Sylphid. I don't play what is that bunny girl game on the Sega CD?
They were mighty. They were finite. Infinite.
Setsune AW said, "Kyo Flying
Much
Squadron."
bullet hell.
As so many have done before. You will be consumed like all those before you.
I don't play Death Crimson.
I saw your light. Your courage never wavered.
KO Flying Squadron, thank you.
Ignorance, stupidity. I was contained once.
Death Crimson is the light gun game. Death Smiles is what I'm thinking of.
Spent time and space. My captors built a whole reality.
Setsune AW said, "To a shark."
My captors burned their souls away to fuel their engines. And you?
Don't play anything by Natsume. Well, that's not true. My hitbox is this tiny little red dot, then I'm going to run right into a bullet. Just to prove them I've done that. That's a lie. Still, I'd really like this sequence to be over. I would like to have finished Sonic Frontiers, please. Like more bullet heck than bullet hell.
Doom Fondle said, "You can always turn it to normal like a coward."
Just dodge white. All you gotta do, stay over here, dodge white. There's enough red going around that...
You glitter. You fly about me.
What is that little shadow that crawls across the planet sometimes?
I am inevitable. I cannot be denied.
I don't think I can turn it to normal, can I? Oh, I could.
Mortal, you have served your purpose.
Sewer Shark wasn't really a... I mean, I guess it kind of was, wasn't it?
Now face your end. I am the all-consuming void.
Eventually the end just goes, man,
One note
you're really bad at this, aren't you?
illuminate within.
Oh, I guess I just give up now.
Countless stars, countless worlds, countless lives,
As it turns out, I am evitable.
all fell to me, all brought to nothing. All the teeming chaos of creation brought to order, to neutrality, to nothing. I saw your mind as you ran through my prison. You have fought machines and gods. They were mighty.
I am sort of serious, though, when I say I'm glad they're at least trying something different. Instead of just, like, rehashing the Sonic Colors final boss again. Like, even if this is terrible, at least it's something different.
You struggle as so many.
And I can at least respect that on some level. Not many. This is still very frustrating. So not like infuriating, just more tedious. A checkpoint would be nice. Like if it checkpointed every single time it did the big moon laser, I'd be okay with that.
I was contained once. Is that why?
Because it clearly happens in phases, right? Like it counts shooting a big volley as moving on to the next phase. The whole point of this is to charge an attack, like survive long enough to charge an attack, so that you can move on to the next phase.
My captors burn their souls away to fuel their anger.
Because the moment I launch a thing is when it stops doing a specific pattern, and, you know, I advance to the next part of the fight. Honestly, I wonder how, like, mentally this would be if I just treated this like a game where all I did was absorb red. And just completely ignored the mode switching entirely. Right? That seems to be kind of what messes me up a little bit sometimes, is that I'll forget which mode I'm in, and then bullets come down and kill me. Which is the whole reason they give you the mode switching thing, right? Because they know it's going to mess you up. Like here, like it's actually pretty easy if I just go into avoid white mode, because the red bullets track to me, in a sense. Like, every time there's a new fireworks burst, there is specifically a bolt of them that is aiming directly at me. So as long as I just stay red...
You glitter. You fly about me like a gnat.
then I can just focus on avoiding white. Hey, what is that shadow?
I cannot be.
Is that my ship?
You strike this incarnation with all your might. It changes nothing. You are not brave. You are not victorious. No matter what form I take.
Look right there. I was looking at white, and I got hit by red, and it created a situation where I had no idea.
The end comes for you all.
Okay, don't screw up the QTE. It's a hold, not a mash, right?
Setsune AW.
Timed?
Timed. Doom Fondle.
Okay.
Dead. Timing.
Oh, right, it's like a golf swing meter, isn't it?
Doom Fondle. Dead.
Right.
It's golf.
Right. Golf swing. And the window looked pretty generous. So, as long as I pay attention, this shouldn't be that hard. There we go. Woo. Uh-oh. Okay. Whew. And that only took 20 minutes. At least.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
You ever see a man kill a moon before?
Doom Fondle. Dead. Man, the moon can't catch a break in Sonic.
Please.
Oh no.
Look after Father.
The computer lady that is just a piece of data on a server somewhere died. That's, I know that's cold. I don't entirely mean that. That's video, I can tell. I can see compression artifacts there.
Setsune AW. Dead. They're back from the DLC.
All right.
Like, to be serious, like, the thing about Emerald is Emerald was a physical being. He was ancient technology they didn't really understand. So, at the end of Sonic Battle, when there's a dramatic moment involving Emerald, it matters. But Sage isn't a robot, she's a hologram. I'm not sure she even has a corporeal form where she can touch things. I don't think we ever see her pick up anything or react to being touched.
Father, I just wanna tell you.
King of underscore bunnies. Dead. Oops. I'm late. Doom Fondle. Dead. Eggman, you have two perfect sons to love.
He has three
King
perfect
of
sons.
underscore bunnies. Dead. How did you like the Ikaruga boss?
It was terrible. That's been the last 30 minutes of the stream. Was me just
Doom
failing that
Fondle.
over
Dead.
and over and
LMFAO.
over and over.
My heart is for what data can't do.
Zoom Fondle. Dead. Absolutely perfect timing.
Deep inside,
King of underscore bunnies.
taught me
Dead.
what
The moon says you're not base.
you I know now that
This is a very small font.
I know now the reason why these tears fall from my eyes. This is goodbye.
So we did it. I finished Sonic Frontiers.
King of
finally.
underscore bunnies. Dead. The moon goes, you're not based. You're cringe. And then you just blow it up.
My back goes crack, crack.
Father, I will keep you safe. I will
And I don't know, man. I was not. Like, there are parts of this game that are cool. But if you really step back and break each individual piece down, no. I don't understand how people could actually be, like, super in love with this game. Like, it's not worth hating. I mean, it's better than Sonic Forces. Better than Sonic Lost World. It's better than Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric, I guess. I realize that's kind of a harsh thing to say. But, and like, I have a weird, my opinions on Rise of Lyric are weird. I have a strange soft spot for that game in a way that it probably doesn't deserve. But I like it regardless. Well, okay, like it is an extreme thing to say, but you know what I mean. I'm interested in that game. But this, like, the cyberspace levels, like, there was maybe 3 that were any good.
Dead. Rise of Lyric was heavily sabotaged.
Yeah. Like, there was so few cyberspace levels that actually felt good. Most of them were just worse versions of levels we had in other Sonic games. They looked worse, they played worse. The open world stuff felt super slapped
King
together.
of underscore bunnies. Dead. How did you feel about the final island?
It was just more Sonic Frontiers. Like, that's the whole game. Is just that. Right? It's a lot of padding. It's a lot of simple little puzzles. Some of which don't even really feel like they fit in this game. They don't fit Sonic the Hedgehog. They're just things to do. And some of them are things you've been doing for 20 hours. And just, I don't know, it's a very weird game.
King of underscore bunnies. Dead. How would you rate the story?
So, that was fun. But I guess it's time we got moving. I know you all have big plans.
You're gonna hardly recognize me when we see each other again.
I wonder if Cream and Six are free. Make a road trip out of it.
It'll be good to get back to my island.
Six?
At least for a while.
We're wasting daylight. Let's go!
Styx the Badger is canonical in this version of the Sonic universe? What?
King of underscore bunnies. Dead. Styx the Badger high.
Clear. I hold my breath.
Betsune AW. Dead. Yes, Ian fought for that. Styx is canon in modern thanks to the Olympics Games.
I mean, sure. You know, people seem to like her. Like, weirdly, like, from what I've heard, Sega of Japan was, like, weirdly attached to her, too. Like, she appeared in official Sonic Channel artwork, right? It's just, that's maybe the most unexpected thing in this entire game. The story was, I don't know, it was whatever. It wasn't terrible. I mean, the dialogue was still what it is, you know. I still like Ian Flynn's work, and what he put into this was still good. This is probably the best, most natural dialogue any Sonic game has ever had. It has more character moments than most Sonic games do. Like, I really like the whole interactions between Sonic and Knuckles, where there's like this brotherly rivalry. That's really good. Them actually giving like Tails characterization, like, hey Sonic, I need to grow up. Like, that's pretty cool. But the actual story itself, it saved all of it for the final island. It was just a lot of like, really like, oh, something mysterious is going on. We don't know what's going on.
I feel like they're setting up spin-offs, maybe a time skip.
Yeah. Tails saying you won't recognize us is definitely...
We all know what Sonic X has a better story. Cheeky smiley face.
Cheeky smiley face? Yeah, but it was definitely better on the characterization. But the actual story itself is just... aliens came to Earth. Sonic has to fight the big bad. That's it. Like, you could summarize the actual answer to the big mystery, the mystery they were setting up over 20 hours, in like a single sentence. It's not that interesting. I suppose maybe like the lore implications are there, like I was talking about. That, you know, the Cocos are related to the Chow, and the ancients we see in this game kind of look like Chaos Zero, and you know, that stuff I guess is interesting, but it's just the rest of the story is just very basic. But I can't bring myself to hate this game.
The Chow are descendants of the ancients.
Right, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Though then why do they exist on this island completely unevolved, right? So I suppose, you know, alien races and all that. We don't really know how their life cycle is or anything like that. Sega Black Sea. If I had to put like a score to this, I'd say like 6 out of 10. That feels a little low, but that's also me trying not to step on any toes of anyone who would be mad that I gave this too low of a score. And I don't think I care. These last two streams, Thursday and today, were rough. It was better today. I was in higher spirits. I was in a better mood.
Setsune AW said, "You had a real bad time. I can grant that."
Yeah. Yeah, those towers last stream, man.
Doom Fondle said, "What if I am mad you gave it too high of a score?"
Then you can write your own review where you totally savage the game. I mean, that hasn't stopped anyone. Anyone can write a review these days. Like, nothing matters. What else was added in this DLC? It was the photo mode, it was the jukebox, it was like arcade mode, which I'm about to
King
unlock.
of _bunnies said, "Is the writing better than the two Sonic movies?"
Well, the thing about the Sonic movies is they actually have like character arcs. Like, characters complete arcs.
Said, "No dance scenes,
Right.
bad game."
You sort of watch Sonic grow up over the course of those movies, and that's something real. This kind of sets the table for character arcs, but it never really follows through. Oh, I know arcade mode was in, but I'm just saying there's like more modes and things for that now. There's like a boss rush and stuff like that.
Father?
That's my girl.
Yeah, see? Told you. Don't feel sad for a hologram, folks. Yeah, okay, it's the cyberspace challenge that's new, right? That's like the shuttle mode in Sonic Colors, where you just play through all the cyberspace levels one by one by one by
Problems again
one.
solved by the cloud.
And then this is just a boss rush.
Setsune W said, Battle Rush is new too.
Right. Copyright. Why do you make it scroll so slowly? AMD Fidelity FX Stochastic Screen Space Reflections SSR underscore 1.2. That was Sonic Frontiers. Can I do like the entire game, or do I have to do just Chronos Island? We'll do one of these real quick. Because we've been going,
King
what,
of
2.5
underscore
hours?
bunnies said, Gas.
Now look what you made me do. I looked away, and I ran into a wall. That was the other thing. I was talking at the top of the stream about speech chat, the website I use for TTS in the chat here. There's one of the options they mentioned they were going to add way back in 2017 was the ability to customize the voice it generates. And they never implemented it. They've been saying they're going to implement it for like 6 years, and they just never have. Right, I had a feeling that it would give me like a do the whole game all at once after I did one, or after I did all of them in order, rather. Here it is, one of the hardest cyberspace levels in the entire game.
Said, also hoi no hey pavos, so no rush to wrap things up here.
Honestly, I'm not joking when I say I kind of just want to play Sonic
King of
Unleashed.
underscore bunnies said, how did you feel about the Sky Voice being the final boss?
Fine. I mean, it was kind of the thing where when I first encountered it, it was like, oh, of course. Right? Like, yeah, I guess that would be the villain, huh? It was not really a shocker. It was fine. Like, it was weird during the final boss itself, when also they started mixing in a male voice with it. Like, I guess they just wanted it to sound creepy, which I guess it did, sure, but like there was no precedent for that beforehand. It was just a little strange. Somebody was like, oh, it doesn't sound threatening enough.
King of underscore bunnies said, I wish there were subtitles when it talked during the final boss.
Well, we were talking about that.
I remember struggling to hear some of what it said.
We were talking about that. Apparently there are files in the game for subtitles during that part, and if you play in different languages, that part is like subtitled for languages that are not English. Because it's not in any native language. It's still English even if you play it in, Spanish or
King of
French
underscore
or whatever.
bunnies said, my friend played in Japanese and said it wasn't subtitled for him.
Huh. That's weird. Subtitles don't play no matter what the language. Ah, okay. Yeah, I was kind of focusing on something else. don't remember this song.
Doom Fondle. Dead. Honestly, maybe they thought given it was bullet hell subtitles would be a nightmare for the player.
Which I understand. I get that. I'm not, like, too broken up about it.
Detsune AW. Dead. Make the bullets into the subtitles.
Yeah, like the ending of Sonic Colors, right? Where you break up all the letters over the credits. I mentioned wanting to play Sonic Unleashed, but also it's about Fortnite time. Do we have V-Bucks? Someone who knows about V-Bucks? I know there's at least one person in here who knows about V-Bucks.
Doom Fondle. Dead. Oi no hey pavos.
Ah, okay. Then I guess I can put off playing Fortnite. Because I know also, like, when I play Fortnite, a lot of you, like, immediately tune out. Which is understandable.
King of underscore bunnies. Dead. I like Fortnite. King of underscore bunnies. Dead. I will watch. Doom Fondle. Dead. Also today is the last day of the season, so we'll probably not see any big nights till freaking September.
No. Is it patch night?
Doom Fondle. Dead. But no love lobbers and chrome huskies, so I can deal with that. Detsune AW. Dead. I think it's skipping the TTS point redeems. King of underscore bunnies. Dead. End of the season already? No way. I thought Fortnite seasons were 3 months.
They are, but Save the World has shorter seasons. And it's also, like, Save the World is on a different seasonal schedule than Battle Royale. So, like, one Save the World season is half as long as a Battle Royale season? Something like that?
Doom Fondle. Dead. Probably, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's squirrely here. I'll check out... I'll look at PTS points redeem stuff, because I noticed that I can see it on my, my activity feed here. Well, let's... Where do I go to look at that? Twitch. Stream Manager. We'll sit here for just a second. And if I can't get it to work immediately, I don't know. I'll look at it later tonight, I guess. What is it? Where's my button? My button is... Do I get a button? I get it. Text to speech. Hello, does this work?
Blaze Hedgehog. Dead. Hello, does this work?
That works. That's very strange. I noticed there's other ones here. Like Golden JLR, Saturn, that aren't getting caught. It might just be the service I use for the points redemption. It's different than speech chat. It's Isaiah Creati or something. It might just be... Or even is this in my stream layout? Okay, it's over there. Can I move it? Because I feel like we've gone through this before. Where all of a sudden it wasn't working. And the problem was that it was off screen. For some reason, OBS or whatever only wants them if they're on screen. So we'll try that. We'll see. I don't know. It's been picky. Might have to find a different service for that, too. I wonder if it's like a permissions thing. Like, because I'm the admin, it's working for me. I'll look at it later tonight. Because it might just be some weird thing. After I had to rebuild my entire OBS setup. What was it? A month ago? 2 months ago?
Doom Fondle said, I'll give it a go even though it'll overlap and be horrible. Doom Fondle said, hello world.
Yeah, it didn't work for you. It's probably just something confusing, but I know I've heard it from other people. I just gotta go to the website and look at the options. If there even are any. But I know I've heard it from other people tonight.
King of underscore bunnies said, testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, for some reason it looks like it's just working for me. Maybe, I don't know. Do I have anywhere where I can look at that Isaiah Creaty stuff, like, super quickly and easily? Isaiah Creaty's channel point bot.
King of underscore bunnies said, I think for subs it's using the regular TTS and even for you.
It would be doing that,
rather
wouldn't it?
than the TTSR.
Because it would be
TTS
overlapping it, wouldn't it?
voice.
Well, let's see. Preferences. What are you doing? A client-side exception has occurred. Yeah, I think the website is just having problems. Because it's acting funny even on this dashboard. And like, my channel points sound alerts are through that too.
Casualty.
Well, that works. Edit text-to-speech features. Yeah, it looks like it's just set up properly. It just must be a problem on their end, because their website's acting weird. Or I don't think there's anything I can do about it.
Zoom Fondle said, BTW if you wanted to swap to the forts, new story quests today.
Like new, or just reruns of things we've already done?
Zoom Fondle said, oh I mean the syndicate.
Oh, right. Oh yeah, huh, that's right. I noticed that when I went to bed last night. That it said, it was like, oh, new quests in 8 hours. We're on like, what, 1-7? There should only be like 1 or 2 more levels in this.
Setsune AW said, I've sort of phased out again on Battle Royale. I think I burned out slightly.
Well, it's also just people have been bouncing off this season, you know? ABBA! You can change your mind. That's my ABBA impression. Okay, that's enough of that. Where's my... I can change this from OBS, right? Fortnite.
Setsune AW said, but now you can go find all the songs.
That's true. Like, I wouldn't... That's something where I will enjoy doing that off stream. It'll be just a good thing to kind of zone out and have YouTube on one TV and have Sonic Frontiers on the other TV. Or the monitor or whatever. Because that's what I did with those original streams.
Dreamfondle said, now you can play Fortnite, the ultimate open world game.
With those original streams, I did a lot of off-screen grinding. You know, getting S ranks and keys and things like that. Which is probably where the strength of Sonic Frontiers comes in, because it's just a game you can kind of chill out to. If you're into that. Because, I mean, every Sonic game has, like, bad parts you're never going to go back to. And I'm never going to go back to that final boss, I'll tell you that. And now that I don't have any towers on Rhea Island, I'm never going to go back there. But it still means it's a bunch of levels I've already played before, but now they play worse. But at least I'll be able to run around the open world unrestricted. And that'll be pretty cool, I guess. I don't know. It would be nice if it played better. If it didn't feel so much like a C-list fan game. Because, like, you know, we have Sonic Utopia. You can go play the Sonic Utopia demo, and it plays vastly better than Sonic Frontiers does. You can go play Sonic Robo Blast 2, and Sonic Robo Blast 2 plays vastly better than Sonic Frontiers does. You can go play Sonic GT, and Sonic GT has kind of weird physics. You're a little heavy, your acceleration's a little touchy, but I would still say that once you learn the nuances of Sonic GT, it plays better than Sonic Frontiers. So I don't know.